Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about phase diving in patch 11.2. I will explain how you will be able to unlock this new activity, what you will be able to do, and all the different rewards you will be able to get through this new activity. So the way you unlock this activity is actually pretty straightforward and something you will be able to do right away during the first week of patch 11.2. Basically, you just want to do the main quest line in Karesh, the new zone, and when you unlock your Reshi wrap, which is this new artifact cloak, you will be able to also pick up this other quest, another world, and with this you will be able to come right here in the Overlook Zoshul in this part of the map, and you will be able to then start interacting with the phase diving. So here the first thing that you have to do is to simply complete the quest Another World, and then this guy Hashim will give you some other quests that will allow you to start being introduced to phase diving. So here you will have a series of quests to do, and when this is finally done you will have complete access to phase diving, which means that you will now be able to interact with all the different conduits, go everywhere, and to have access to phase diving at any time. So this is really the main way you unlock this new ability or activity, and this is something that is very easy. So phase diving is going to be really important because, as you can see, this is definitely the easiest way to travel from one place to another in Karesh. With that, you can easily go anywhere, and what's good is that you can simply just opt out of it if you want to do something else, and then you just want to click back on it, and like that you will be able to phase dive again, and then you can again go anywhere. So basically you almost won't really need your flying mount most of the time, or to really spend too much time going from one place to another, because with these different teleports it's going to be super simple to go all around the map whenever you want. So this is honestly something that is really good, and one of the reasons why you really want to make sure to unlock phase diving as soon as possible in patch 11.2. Now with phase diving, the main thing that you will be able to do is this weekly quest right here, more than just a phase, that will reward you with some of these different Untethered coins, and you will be limited to 7 per week per account, because as you can see this is a warband related quest and these are warband rewards. And so it means that then you can do the quest again on other characters, but you won't be able to get more of these different Untethered coins. So with these different coins, you can then talk to Shadanis, and he will be selling a bunch of items. So here the first few items that I want to insist on are the new mounts. So first you have the Acidic Void Creeper. This mount is something you will be able to directly purchase during week 1, because you will be able to get the 7 coins in order to buy the mount. And as you can see, this is a pretty nice model. We'll be able to get a few other of these models through different other ways. Then we also have the Lavender Karok, again one of the new models in this new patch, and something that I think is pretty okay. I'm not the biggest fan of these new remodeled, basically like flying crows, but still it looks pretty good. Then next to that, the other category of items that I think is really interesting and that you will be able to purchase with these coins are all the different ensembles from all the WoW drop Ethereal's Transmogs. So here, as you can see, you have the cloth version, which I think looks really awesome. So this is something you will be able to buy for only 5 of the different coins, which is really not too much. Then you have, of course, the leather option right here. You then have the mail set, and finally you also have the plate one. So overall, I think these are all looking really nice, and things that again you will be able to obtain pretty easily. Next to that, we also have all these different cloaks right here. So as you can see, you will be able to get all these different models, and again, in order to buy the ensemble, it will only cost you 5 of the different coins. Then we will also have the ensemble for the shoulder guards. So here, these are also themed around the Ethereals, and as you can see, you will be able to get the same model but with many different coloration, and each time these will match the oversets and all the different overcolors that you will get from the WoW drop Ethereal Transmogs. So I think this is overall something that is pretty cool. Then next to that, as you can see, you will be able to buy a bunch of toys from this vendor as well. And some of them are honestly really cool. For instance, with the overtuned Kareshi goggles, you will be able to see every players as an ethereal, which I think is really cool. Then with the guise of the phase diver, you will be able to get the same aspect as phase diving, but outside of phase diving. So for instance, you will be playing the normal game, but you will have this purple/pink little cloudish thing around your screen. So I think this is again something that can be pretty nice. So as you can see, these toys are also very cheap, so you will be able to obtain all of them pretty easily. And then you also have this pet right here. So this is just one of the little pets you will be able to buy. And finally, you will also have the carriage box of resonance crystals and also the carriage box of valor stones. And this is something you will especially be able to use when you will have already bought all the different rewards that you're interested in with your different coins, and at least like that you will be able to then use them in order to buy a lot of these different resources. Now, next to the different items that you can buy from the vendor, you will also be able to get other type of rewards. So here, as you can see, you will be able to empower your main cloak. And when you do so, you will be able to unlock different type of abilities. And when you will be unlocking the second rank, the Secrets of the Death, you will be able to find some phase orbs that increase your primary stat while phase diving. And these phase orbs also have a chance to recover a phase lost appearance. So here it means that basically when you go around Karesh, you will be able sometimes to see these different orbs. And when you go on the orb, you will be able to receive some Transmogs. This is something that won't happen all the time, but sometimes you will be able to get them. And here, basically, when you do that, you will be able to get this achievement done, the phase lost and found, and it will reward you with this mount, the phase lost Slateback. So this mount is actually really cool because this is the only one that will have the appearance of phase diving, and this is something that you will then be able to use outside of phase diving. So definitely a pretty cool mount to get, especially if you like this type of color and all the different effects that are appearing on the mount. When it comes to all the different appearances you will be able to get, these are as follows, and here you have some that have never been available before to players and some that are just recolored version of previous items. So for instance, you have this bow, which is completely new, and I think it looks pretty cool. Then you have this dagger, which is a recolored version of this one right here from the Time Walking vendor. Then we have this one, which was never available to players. Then we have these two recolored fist weapons, nothing too crazy here. We have this recolored gun as well. Then we have this one, which is an off-end item, and this one was never available to players. And I think what's nice is that this is one of the only ones where the character is actually holding the lantern in front of him and not as something that will just be under. So I think this is overall a very cool off-end item. Then there is this recolored version right here, and just to show you what I meant is if you go on this one, you will clearly see the difference with this just being something that the character is holding. Then after that, we also have the Phase Lost Carver, which is a recolored version of this axe we got from the training post. Then we have the Phase Lost Hatchet, so here this is a one-handed axe. And as you will see, this is actually a pretty big and cool axe. So this is definitely a low-res weapon, probably from the Burning Crusade or from Classic WoW, but it looks really good and I like the effect that is on the weapon. Then after that, we also have these different one-handed maces right here. I think this one is pretty cool. Then we have this sword, which is again a recolored version of the Hailstorm from Malygos in the Eye of Eternity, and I think it looks really awesome. Then we also have this one from the Hellfire Citadel raid. Then after that, we also have these different recolored shields, again pretty nice overall. Then we have these different staffs, again here recolored version of different type of weapons that are already in the game. Then we also have some two-handed axes, this one and this one right here. Then we have some two-handed maces, so here as you can see we have this one and then also the Phase Lost Maul. We also have the two-handed sword, so we have the yellow version of the Claymore of the Prophet from the Urgent Tournament. And so this one is pretty nice. We also have the Phase Lost three-hander, which is a pretty big sword and something that overall I think looks pretty cool, even though it's pretty low res. Then we also have these two ones right here, again recorded version of previous ones, and I don't think anyone really cared that much about these. And then we also have this one right here, the Phase Lost Bardish, which I think looks really awesome, and this is a recorded version of the one from Maligos as well, and definitely one of the coolest weapons that we have in the game. So yeah, these are all the different weapons you will be able to get. And overall, it's not going to be too difficult because you just need to be a little bit lucky, but probably after 1 week or something like that, you will be able to hopefully get all of that done. And the way you upgrade your Reshi wrap is by getting some of these ethereal strands. So this is something you will be able to get from any activities really linked to Karesh, such as PvP activities, PvE activities when you're killing raid bosses. You will also be able to get them when doing the weekly warrant quests that you can pick up from Tazavesh. So this is something normally that is pretty easy to get. The only thing we don't know is there is a weekly cap or not. And if that's the case, then it means that maybe you will only be able to unlock this trade during the second week of the patch 11.2. So these are all the different rewards you will be able to get through phase diving. Again, these are really easy to get. It will just take you a little bit of time because you're limited in the amount of coins you can get per week. But really, next to that, this is something that will be super easy. And again, phase diving is really awesome because it offers this really great teleport system throughout Karesh. And then also, I like the overall vibe of this new system. And I think some of the rewards are pretty cool. So let me know in the comments what you think about phase diving, about some of these different rewards, if you're excited or not for them. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime I wish you all a great day. Bye!